Welcome to 21st in Prime. Jamie Dukes, my man Rone. We got so much to talk about, man. So much fun to have. And let's just jump right into it. Sponsored by Heineken 00. That's zero alcohol, 69 calories. And that's the part that I like.
69 calories is the key part of that. Because, again, it's about the taste. When you look at this taste, it doesn't seem to change at all. Now, I'm a Heineken guy, so I probably shouldn't do the Heineken 00 spot because I'm a Heineken guy myself. But it's good for you, Coach.
And it's beach body season. We got to look good for the beach bodies. You know what I mean? Those 69 calories are coming into play right now. June, July, August, those are prime look good months of the year. Heineken 00 is going to have you looking good.
That's right. You know, because our first game is in Miami. You know that, right? And yeah, it's in Miami. We're going to be down there for a week. It's like a bowl game. We're playing against the FAMU Rattlers. And I told my coaching staff that if you wore a large last year, I'm ordering a medium for you. So I need some work.
Yeah, get him slim. Get the boy slim. I might need to get down to Miami for that. That sounds incredible.
Oh, you're going to have to. That's a must. It's going to be a big.
That sounds fun.
Hey, we got a big fight coming up this week. And
what's the big fight?
Big fight. Not world championship fight. No, like big show. Yeah. You know, like
This says show. We're not saying a fight.
Okay. We got a big show coming up.
There you go.
All right. And in the big show, was it a big show when you were watching that whole pre-fight when he stole the hat? You know, I mean.
Well, first of all, this is Rone department. I want to know, Rone, did you feel like it was staged? Or did you feel like they said, Floyd, you know, let us hype this thing up. Let us show you how us YouTubers, those internet savvy persons do this. Let us show you how to blow this thing up.
I think that you're 100% right. This Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather fight that we're talking about, I think that these YouTubers are geniuses at publicity. And so he might not even know how to fight, but he knows how to get a headline going. He knows how to get a little controversy riled up. And what better way to piss a man off than grabbing the hat off of his head? I think it was completely contrived, but also kind of genius because now I'm tuned into this fight. Now I want to know what's going to happen. I kind of want to see Floyd knock him out, to be honest.
But are you tuned in because of the spectacle? Are you tuned in because the sport is changing now? So Dion, your buddy out there in Texas, he's going to fight somebody. He's fighting somebody.
Who you talking about? The Charlo twins, or who you talking
about? No. The one we watched him fight. He just Spence. Shane Spence is fighting.
Errol Spence. Errol Spence
is fighting. What's his name? From the Philippines. Oh my God.
Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Now, when I showed you, I sent you a text the other day. Now, there was 32,000 people who saw the announcement from Shane Spence's little website. And I'm saying that being facetious, being tongue in cheek.
Not Shane. Why do you say Shane Spence?
I mean, there's another Shane
Errol Spence. Okay, Errol. You keep confusing me.
The boxer Spence. Okay. Right. My point is there were millions of hits on Floyd and the other kids' feed. Boxers.
They're two bigger. First of all, they're two bigger personalities.
Right.
And the Mayweather fight, that's two huge personalities. And in this country, and Rome could tell you the YouTubers and the YouTube sensation, the internet savvy persons, that's it. That's that they have a built-in audience. Anyway, without them fighting, they would have a built-in audience. Fighting just puts the sugar on top. Now, when you talk about Errol Spence and Pacquiao, now that's a real fight. That's a fight purist. We want to watch this. The only reason we want to watch.
Who was that?
A fight purist.
Put that word up, purist. What is that? What's purist?
Pure.
What is pure?
I want pure boxing. I don't want no internet bull junk. I don't want to see no Tom, Dick, and Harry and Larry. Give me somebody with boxing credentials, somebody that grew up with these things, using these things to get out of poverty. That's what most people want to see. Now, this other thing, man, it's like a David and Goliath. And you got to pick David and you got to pick a Goliath. And from the sound of it, Rone is picking Mayweather to be the David.
Because usually Mayweather is in a position where people hate Mayweather and they want to see Mayweather get knocked out. But he finally found someone that's more hateable than him. And that's who Jake Paul is. People hate Jake Paul. But I think what it boils down to is there's room in the fight game for everything. There's room for the purists to have these nice fights like the Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders fight we saw in Dallas a couple weeks ago. But there's also room for these sideshow type of fights. It's like in football. There's college football. There's pro football, and we have it on every weekend, and we watch it a million different ways. We don't turn into fights except for a couple weekends per year, and I think there's room for more of that. And I think some of these YouTubers, some of these internet sensations, they want to capitalize on that, and they want to get some of this fight money. I don't think boxing is as dead as people say it is. Well,
speaking of dead, I heard that Tyson walked away from over 20 million fight Holyfield. Now Tyson walked away over 20 million to fight Holyfield. What do you think about that?
Coach, I'm sorry. I don't. We just had a white man make a black man a sympathetic figure, and I'm going to tell you
that's why he's here. He's wrong.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that Tyson's walking away from the money. I don't think you can walk away from that type of money, especially because with some of these fights, they don't necessarily care about the caliber of the fighter. But Tyson might be in a zen spot of his career where he's just completely moved on to just like he might just be past everything, because Tyson in the 90s was this tumultuous figure, and maybe he's just trying to leave that part of his life behind. And some of these younger guys are just getting into that part of his life. But I'm curious what you think about Tyson in the 90s versus Tyson now.
Well, Tyson in the 90s was our guy. That was the Black Superman. That was the guy. That was it. He still is a friend. But my take is this. For Tyson to fight Holyfield, it's an exhibition for Tyson. But for Tyson to fight Holyfield, it's a fight for Holyfield. Mm-hmm. Because it's sort of like redemption. I got to pay you back for the whole ear thing. I got to atone for what you did to me in front of millions. And the Tyson now don't want to go there. It's like, hey, man, I'm at peace in my life. I'm good financially. I could do much better. I could use the 22 million. I don't know nobody that can't use 22 million. Right. But where I am right now, I'm straight. I don't want to risk that for this.
I think that's the last piece. I don't think it's anything other, Coach, than that one little piece. And you said it the first time this came up. What he has to lose, I think in this setting, is way too great. Way too great what he's got to lose than to put this. So I agree with you and your original thoughts on that.
I also think that fighting is just different than any other sport because of the way you have to prepare yourself mentally. Like if someone's going back to play on the senior PGA tour or something like that, it's not the same type of mental preparation and just anxiety that you're going to get punched in the face and your manhood is on the line. If you lose a fight, people think about you differently as a man. And that's why Floyd, if we can bring it back around, is more than a man. He's a god because he's never lost. And anytime you have to put yourself in a position, mano a mano, to take an L, that does something different to you mentally. He probably just doesn't want those problems mentally.
Well, first of all, he ain't no god. Let's just get this straight. He ain't one god. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah. Lowercase.
Yeah, I know what you're alluding to.
Little G.
Little G. There's a big G. It's a real OG. Let me tell you something about this boxing game. I like it. I adore it. I'm an Ali guy. You got to understand, I'm an Ali guy. I love everything about it. I think he's the greatest boxer ever, even though Floyd is Ali. What he stood for, what he stood up to, what he stood against is it'll never be duplicated, never be replicated. We can't even fathom that right now, especially in this turbulent time, that any boxer can do what Ali did and accomplish what he accomplished. The boxing game is different. It's just so different financially.
Is it gonna die?
No, it's never going to die. It's never going to die. But I have so much respect for boxers because it's no way I could do anything that my face is the target.
Exactly. You're not trying to get punched in the face. Never.
I'm not doing anything where this right here is the target for the entire match.
No, you got the ribs in the body too.
No.
Come on now.
No, I like that, but no, I'm not getting anything with. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You can call me what you want to. You could. Sticks and stones break my bones, but your fist would never hurt me. I'm not putting myself in that situation. Call me what you want to in front of my kids, everything. I'm not taking a whooping in front of my kids. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. And I also have a crazy appreciation for the shape that you need to get in for a boxing match. You can't go in there willy-nilly or you will get embarrassed. And that has me wondering if you think that boxing is the most in shape that an athlete has to be of all the sports. Do you think it's football? Do you think it's basketball? Do you think these boxers are in the best shape of any athletes?
I don't think boxing, they got 3 minutes, man. Shoot, you got 3 minutes around, and the round could be over. It could be over in 2 rounds or a round. It could be over in 30 seconds. Football, I think, the most physical shape that you've got to be in a physical part of. Basketball, you got to get up and down that court. That's why those guys are lean and thin. They look like greyhounds, man. I mean, those. I don't know if you ever stood by NBA. I'm telling you, I'm just embarrassed. I stood by Durant one time on the sideline at a Giants game, and I'd never do that again. He had me out there looking like Muggsy Bogues. I never do that again. I was really insecure. When I saw the picture, I got mad. You know, I smile at every picture. You'll never catch me in a picture not smiling. And I actually smiled in that picture, and when I saw it, I got mad at it.
Dion, you probably almost had to do Dave's move. You ever see Dave Portnoy when he takes a picture around a couple taller guys? He hits those tippy toes. He has to hit
it wouldn't help. I was at his armpit. Like it wouldn't even help. You don't even understand how tall these guys are until you get up next to them. And then to think about you're that tall with hops, with range.
It's crazy. Athletically, it's crazy.
I got one with Shaq like that. I mean, I'm under his arm like I'm his 8-year-old overweight son. You know. It's just, I mean.
Jamie, you kind of look like Shaq's son a little bit. I could see that. I could see you having a little bit of young Shaq.
Hey, by the way, Prime, props to your boy, Phil Mickelson.
Hey, Phil, bro, the shot that I saw with Phil coming down the course and everybody behind him in this pandemic craze era that we live in, it was the most beautiful thing I've seen in so long, besides all the fanfare at the Knicks game. Those 2 scenes was everything for me.
Hey.
Phil Mickelson, God bless you, man. First of all, I love you because you blessed us here at Jackson State University. And just his endurance, just over in consistency over time has been unparalleled, man. I got a lot of love and respect for him.
Yeah, the fact that, I mean, he's won because of his mental fortitude, but he's also taken great care of his body. Like, I saw videos of him, like, kicking a beer can off somebody's head or something like that. Just a loose, flexible guy who's, I mean, it let him win into his 50s, but also the fact that there were that many people that are chasing him around, the mental pressure of that.
Now you get to the point. Now we draw you in. Because I just happen to notice if you grab any picture of Phil, you saw Tiger and Phil's body now start to look the same last week at 50. What you doing, Phil? I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. But what would have happened if Phil was doing what he's doing now back then 20 years ago? Because remember, Phil was always chubby, always portly.
Phil's always winning too now.
No. But I think what set Tiger aside from everybody else was the training. Tiger was the first athlete golfer who put a training regimen in, including weightlifting and stretching.
I'm not saying this and that, Jamie, but come on now. Like everybody was taking shots at Barry Bonds saying that, and he was doing this and he was doing this and Tiger now. Man, Tiger was walking down that course.
No, Tiger was doing all what he was doing. The blood spinning and all that, but all that was legal. Think about it.
Jamie.
What?
Stop, man.
Stop what?
He did look different than every golfer ever.
Jamie, stop, man.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying he did this and he did that.
Who?
I'm not saying that. But you sit up there, you didn't see an incredible change in the physique. Like, so Tiger's the first golfer in the history of golf to work out.
I'm saying that, no, what I'm saying is that Tiger understood science.
No, Lord. Man.
Who do we know that was lifting? Craig Statler wasn't lifting weights. Jack Nicholson was the first one to lift weights.
Tiger was understood science in the whole era that a lot of other people understood science too, right?
No, not
Jamie, are you that blind?
I'm saying that with a workout, it's the same thing. Okay, let me draw a parallel here. Okay, Ron, you heard me say all the time. Hang on.
Be wrong now.
Okay, so Dion was fast, right, Ron?
Okay.
But Dion was faster because Dion studied tape.
Okay.
You understand? So he knew what to do. What they were doing, they didn't know. They just thought he was running around and high stepping. He knew what they were doing, so he could bait them. So he was always there. All I'm saying here is that I'm not saying. I'm saying all I'm simply saying is this. I'm saying that if Tiger embraced technology, Tiger blood spinning, all of that stuff. Tiger was doing all of that. It's well documented. Okay. And nobody else was doing that. And then he was working out on top of that.
Let me stop.
What?
It was, I've never seen a golfer that's as big as Tiger Woods. He was probably going over to Germany, getting some blood doping or some shit like that. And I mean, it worked out incredibly for him. But what we're seeing is the guys who work really long, who have these careers into their 40s, are the Tom Brady, Phil Mickelson types that aren't going for the super jacked up body type, but the flexible body type, a loose body type, and one that ages well. Barry Bonds was out of baseball.
Where is Phil today? You started this conversation. He tightened it up, bro. You just said it, right?
Phil looks like Phil to me.
I was saying that he's loose. I was saying that he has incredible flexibility.
Throw the picture up of Phil when he was looking all yoked up. Come on, put that up there too. Phil is in the best shape of his life. The best shape of his life. Now, Phil has said, and this is how he used to shoot Tiger down, he'd go, well, I've always felt that the long, smooth, fluid swing would outlast the more violent swing. Now, he never called Tiger out about it, but that's how he kind of always talked about it. But Phil looks yoked up.
But he's kind of right. Like the swing has worked. I mean, he won this championship and Tiger didn't. So if we're talking about who's better right now,
he still got 14 more.
But in the last however many years, Phil's game maybe has aged a little bit more gracefully. I'm not the biggest golf guy, so if you're a bigger golf guy, I will.
Not at all. Only thing I do on the golf course is fish. That's it.
Why aren't you a big golf guy? Did you ever give it a shot?
Boring and slow, and there's no athleticism whatsoever. I ain't got time for it. And you got to have money to play golf. And I don't like that aspect of it. You can't be broke and play golf. Where you gonna get the club from? What you gonna swing with? A baseball bat? I don't like it. I don't for a lot of reasons. I like to watch every now and then certain guys, but I can't sit and watch a darn golf match. I remember when I was working for CBS in Jim Nance, they got a big tournament in Dallas. I forgot what they call it. One of the big ones.
Right.
And I went up there in the little booth with Jim Nance and Rone. I'm not lying. Jamie, I'm serious. Jim Nance, the Mr. Professional. I call him my humble host. That's my guy. That's my television role model. He's like, as we approach the 18th hole, I say, why are we whispering? They way over there, man. Why are we up here whispering?
It's insane.
Well, that's how they do it. Keep going. I said, cool. I don't understand none of this. I would be on. As he approaches the 18th hole, we just spotted Deion Sanders pulling a huge bass off the. He's walking him out of the bank right now. Gators are chasing that bass. He got him. Oh, he's in the bucket.
Hey, but ask Deion this, Rone. Check this out. Golf, they really do it right. So all the VIP, it's always shrimp and big prawns, big crab. I mean, they put a spread out in golf.
I ain't never seen it. I ain't never been there.
Oh, you think?
I've probably been on 3 to 4 golf courses in my life.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy because you have access.
I've never played a game of golf in my life. I've been to a driving range and I can't hit it because they got a baseball swing. I'm trying to go deep every time, so I can't. I could never do it. But I'm a great putt golf guy. I don't know what happened to all the putt golf courses in America. Like, did somebody just come and take them up or blow them up? What happened to all the putt golf courses?
We need to bring back putt.
We need to bring back putt golf.
That's a fact. But you're right about golf being, it's not like a true meritocracy. Kind of the same thing with hockey. Like, you need to have all the equipment.
Put that word on the screen because I don't know what Ron just said. Y'all put that word on the screen.
Meritocracy?
Meritocracy, because you win it by your merit. Baseball, soccer, basketball, meritocracies, because you don't need anything. You just need to show up to the court. You could play barefoot if you needed to, any of those sports. You just need to show up. In any country, you could see people who are in the deepest forms of poverty still thriving at those sports. So you know that those are the best players in the world because it's not dependent on their economic background. But some of these sports, they are dependent on the economic background. So there might be these incredible...
Baseball has a lot of dependency on economic background, Ron. Let me correct you. Because a little like youth baseball, they don't have little league baseball anymore. I don't know if you know that. Like that's over. That's gone. Like the little $50 registration and you get to play baseball. You're not really playing baseball. You're playing coach pitch or whatever. Like baseball now, select baseball costs a kid at least $1,200, and that's on the low end, to upward to $5,000 to play on a select baseball team. Who got that? Just laying around. The bats now are $300-400, maybe $250 at the lowest. The gloves are at least $150, $200. And that team that you're playing on travels everywhere. So you're on a travel team. It's costing you every darn weekend. And your parents come. It's going to cost them to go in the hotel. Cost them to buy the food for you every weekend. So the parents are probably spending $1,500 a weekend.
That's a lot of money. But the one counterpoint that I will give you, though, is you still see some of the best baseball players coming from Cuba, where they're playing with
those players. I thought you were just talking about a regular brother.
See, but that's because it's a way of life.
I thought you was talking about every day.
That's true. That's
Larry.
That's the way out. You know that's how Prime became Prime.
Well, I didn't know you were talking about Big Poppy.
I'm talking about Poppy.
I'm talking about Big Poppy Jose Rio. That's a whole different game.
Right, they're playing with the milk carton
with a switch off a tree. That's what they're doing. Us, no. Those days are over. That's why the African American number in baseball are down. Can't afford it.
How do we fix that?
Price is out that thing. Price is right out.
So how do we work on that? How do you fix that?
You're going to have to allow certain players to play on those certain teams for free, but you're not going to do that because those select coaches, you think they're coaching for the love of it? Some of them are, but the majority of that's a fee. These at least $2,500 to play baseball as a youth. That don't make no sense whatsoever, man.
Yeah, it's completely.
I don't think there's an answer, Ron. I don't, because the other pieces of it ain't cool in the hood. Coach.
Ain't no cheerleaders. Ain't no cheerleaders in baseball. Cheerleaders in basketball, cheerleaders in football. That's where we are. Baseball, ain't nobody out there. Ain't nobody ever come watch me play baseball in high school, period. Nobody.
That's crazy.
I cannot name one time. No, I can't name scouts. But no, not even the homies, not even my boys even came and watched me. Hey, man, I pick you up after the game or come scoop me after the game.
Hey, Ron. Question for you. Look, you saw what happened with Kyrie and the fans, and fans is getting out of control, dog. I mean, what? I mean, so So, and I'm not talking about, you got a bunch of guys, you got a bunch of friends now. So it seems like the mentality is now, hey, look at me, I paid for the ticket. It's fair game. Whatever I want to say, whatever I want to do, because I paid for a ticket.
Yeah,
Who wants to get up in here? I mean, is that where we going?
It has been crazy this offseason or this postseason rather in the NBA, because already we've seen a fan in Philly dump popcorn on Russell Westbrook. We saw a fan in Boston throw a bottle at Kyrie Irving. Then last night in Washington, we saw a fan run onto the court. It is getting a little bit out of control, but there is part of me that likes it. There is part of me that's been on a stage in front of a lot of people before, and they're all screaming at me, and I get to embrace that most hated role. I did a concert in Boston one time, and people were throwing beer cans at me. People were throwing bottles at me, and I was talking more shit to them when they were throwing bottles, talking my Philly shit, saying that the Eagles had beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and they would throw more bottles at me, and I liked it. But the guy next to me, Robbie Fox, who was playing bass in the band, he hated it. He wanted to fight the people in the crowd. I think it's different motivation for different people, and I'm not encouraging any fans to do that. In fact, I do think it's okay that they get arrested, but I'm not as angry at it as other people because I've been on both sides of it.
Are they upset, though? I don't even think they're upset that they're arrested. I think in this internet superstardom era, they're happy. Because now they're significant. They've done something noteworthy. They are who they are, and they get media, and they don't care.
No, it's a fact. And I think a lot of it comes from our celebrity worship. And like we look at celebrities like they're not real people at all. And then you see one in real life and you don't realize that there's not a force field between you. And so you can touch that person, or you can throw something at that person, or throw popcorn at that person, and people lose the sane, rational part of their brain that tells them, wait, I shouldn't do this. That's just another human being. But they see people as this celebrity, and the fact that they can like touch that superstar reality is intoxicating to some people, and they completely lose themselves.
Let me tell you something. One of my worst moments in my career with fans. Coming out of San Diego, we were playing the Chargers, and I was going into the tunnel. I think I had a big game. I think I was with the 49ers team. They had a big game, whatever. And going inside, they threw beer on me, like dumped beer on my head, timed it perfectly. And I was so upset. I was so upset at the disrespect. I was so upset at them allowing that to happen, the security. And then I was so upset because I'm non-alcoholic. So smelling the beer consumed me.
Was the curl, they had the curl in or texturizing?
I think I had the texture. I had a bandana on to protect that thing. Ladies, you call it the bonnet. I had a bandana on to protect that thing. But I was so upset. I didn't react and try to run in the stands or anything, but I could just remember just a down. I was just so down, and I was just so angry inside that floored me, man, that they could allow that to happen.
So what did you do?
Nothing was done. I just, I'm sure I pointed at them, whoever did it, but I'm sure they didn't do nothing. There was no repercussions. And I was just sitting up here and thinking, and I got racial. I got to be honest with you, Rone. I got racial. I was like, now, if this situation was reversed, and this was Troy Aikman running in that tunnel, and a couple brothers threw some yak on Troy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that had their hands behind their back. So it was just wrong. It was just all wrong. And the smell and the stench of the beer just further frustrated me, man. I couldn't wait to get in the shower.
So were you able to use that as like motivation? It's like to play like what I mean?
I'd already, I think, high step about 40 on them. I already took one to the house, I think, for like 90 something, honestly. That high stepped and froze at the end. That may have triggered everything.
That might have something to do with it.
Yeah, that may have a little something to do with it. But that I was so angry. I was really angry. That really upset me. So I can understand these guys being very volatile and angry.
Yeah, they're mad, and
oh,
I mean, there was a clip that was going around. Marcus Peters, I think last year when he was on the Rams, he goes into the stands. He walked up the first couple rows, maybe it was at the Coliseum or something like that, and said to the dude, like, "Where are you from?" The dude who was heckling him, and he basically just G-checked him. He like went up to his face and was like you're a square, like you're not gonna say that shit to my face. And
yeah, Marcus ain't to be played with. Marcus would have took that. Marcus ain't to be played with for real. He would have handled his business up there. So he'd have got fired Italy, but he'd have handled his business.
But I think what we're missing though is we're in a different time. It don't have to be public. You know, you take it for example on planes now. We got more issues with planes, people on planes over the mask, not wearing the mask on route. You know, and to me, I don't like kind of where it's going. Well, if you didn't get vaccinated, you can't breathe into the room, or you can't. You know that. You know, hey, I just. You know, my son, got his vaccinated. I've had it, so, but I'm not opposed to vaccination, but I think everybody should have their own personal choice. And that's what I think is being missed here is that, like Rone.
But you ain't going to fly if you ain't had no vaccination. You got no choice.
You can't even wear a mask, though. No, you can still fly and wear a mask, but it's like, you don't want, because people are afraid. A lot of elder people are afraid. They don't know what's going on. So you make them feel like you're making them feel. I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of like medical stuff is like comes down to liability at the end of the day. So like a doctor doesn't want to give you bad advice, so he's going to give you more strict advice, so he doesn't wind up being liable for putting somebody in a bad situation. But I mean, I traveled this past weekend, and it was like I had to show vaccination cards, I had to show negative COVID tests, I had to show like test both ways to multiple people. I mean, it's a tough time, and it doesn't really feel very free. I'm definitely looking forward for a time when all this is over. I'm definitely looking forward to being able.
Hold up, bro. Okay. All over. I got to ask you a question. Your motivation. So, Coach, you know how you always talk about Rone as a bad dude. He's a bad dude.
Bad meaning you got to explain that.
Well, not just bad as in you don't know what. But I'm trying to find out where is the motivation for They're not pranks. They're the investigative office phenomenon, like somebody leaving their lunch out. It's got to get eaten. What made you think that it had to be? You had to bite out of the sandwich. I mean, where do you get your motivation?
I mean, I think that reality to me sometimes is boring, and so I like to shake up reality and kind of remind myself. And it's kind of like these fans that we're talking about. I like to remind myself that I'm like a real person and I'm in control. And if I want to do something, I can do it. You know what I mean? Like if I want to judge reality, if I want to shake up reality a little bit and it gets a little bit mundane or boring, I'm going to mess things up. I want people to be on their toes. I want some juice around. You know what I mean? I want to be able to have a good time and energy. I don't want to fall into a lull of everything being the same every single day. I'm trying to create my own reality and live in it in as interesting as a way as possible. I would hate to have a boring life. That would just.
I got some reality, and I got something that Rone and I teased last week. I call him one of my sons. It's Adam Pacman Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like you know how much he means to me, Jamie.
Yes.
We have this thing, Jamie. I don't know if you viewed it as of yet, but Barstools have Rough and Rowdy.
Right.
Rough and Rowdy is a series of boxing matches, ring girl show, everything. Rone is doing commentating, and I mean, like right when out there asking him, so why didn't you move your head? I mean, they're asking him whatever comes to their mind, and it's unbelievable. It's hilarious. And Pacman Jones wants some. He wants all the smoke. So Barstools has a champion.
Yes.
Right, Ron?
Yeah. A white dude from South Boston, Bobby Lang. He's wearing Jeff cap. He looks like he's fresh out of The Departed or Good Will Hunting or something like that.
Bobby Lang is probably 175, 170. So Pac is about the same size, and they want to get it on. But being the Don King for Pac,
Okay.
I had to let y'all ponder that thought. Being the Don King and manager Pac, I think we should fight normal guy first fight.
Okay.
I want to save Bobby Lang for the second bout.
I like that.
Just in case.
I'm Don. I'm Mr. Don. I'm sorry, Mr. Don.
Yes, sir.
What type of history does your client have in boxing? Could you talk on his record?
My client is good with them things. we have footage that we hadn't released that he's put these gloves on several people, but we will not release them due to the ramifications of lawsuits. We're not. But my client, where he derived from, and the ATL is known to be good with them things.
Yo, because Coach, we did tease it last week, and it turned into its whole news story. It's like a whole news cycle. The fact that Pacman Jones wants in Rough and Rowdy. It's big for Barstool. It's big for Pacman, and I like what you're thinking about this little 2-fight thing. Let's let him build up towards the champ.
Bobby Lang has fought. My client hasn't fought in a ring. He's good with things, but he hadn't fought in a ring. Now he's fought, but he hadn't fought in a ring. So I need my client.
Has he fought in a cell?
No, he's fought. Captured a cell, but he's fought. Trust me, he's fought.
I'm sorry, man.
I just need to grab someone from the Barstool's family or
I got the perfect guy.
Who do you got, Jamie?
Nate.
Who?
No.
Nate Robinson.
Oh, Nate. I thought you said me.
Nate has had a fight. I need somebody.
That could be redemption for Nate.
No. Pac is
great idea. This is a great idea. Hang on. Wait 1 second. This is a great idea, Don. I'm sorry. Don, this is a great idea. Why? Because see, Don, now you can't lose.
No, I'm not doing it.
Think about Don, you can't lose because
I run a legitimate business here. I'm not looking for a W. I'm looking for a fight before the fight. That's all.
Hey, Rone, hear me out. Okay, so if he gets Nate Robinson, if Don King signs Nate Robinson,
nobody's buying that fight.
No, wait.
Nobody's buying the fight.
Can I talk to Rone?
No, because who's buying the fight?
No, but wait. I can tell you who if you give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, Don. So think about it. Now Don King, Rone, has Nate Robinson and Adam Pacman Jones, right?
I don't represent Nate.
Can you let me finish, Coach?
I don't represent Nate Robinson. I represent Adam Pacman Jones.
Not yet.
No, I don't. Nate is a friend, and I love Nate. I adore Nate.
No, but you need a guy to fight.
I'm representing one man. That's it.
Wait. But Don knows this is a Don King move, though.
Nope.
Can I finish explaining to Rone? And Rone can tell whether that makes sense or not.
Okay.
So now he gets both fighters. So let's say, for the sake of argument, because we still don't know whether Pacman can do it or not. Right?
I do.
But we don't know. But so let's just say in case if he does, then he does, and now we got the tune-up because everybody saw him do Nate Robinson. But if Nate Robinson wins, now Don King, you could go in because people want to see Nate Robinson up against the other dude.
No one's taking you serious.
Yeah. Come on, Rone.
Can you speak on it, please?
So if Don King had 2 guys on his roster, why would he want them to take each other out? If he has 2 guys, he should have them both fighting against. But the one good thing
you've already lost because you got one of the 2 guys that nobody want to see fight.
You also can't win if one of them has to lose. Then you can't go undefeated there as prime fighting. But I think that people are forgetting that Rough and Rowdy is a West Virginia based thing, and that's where he went to college. So we need to get like a West Virginia, like a lumberjack type dude, a guy that's working in a mine or something like that.
I like what you guys did with the Canseco fight.
Okay.
You took an in-house guy.
Okay.
good-looking guy, former background, big guy, burly guy, and it was this guy, Barstools versus Canseco. Barstools versus Canseco. Now, I don't want it to be Barstools versus Pac and Prime. I don't want that.
Because you're part of the family.
I'm a Barstools guy. We're family. But I need the right opponent before we take on the Barstools.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Rowdy champion. Someone who has a following, someone that people can gravitate
to. A survey going. Reggie, see if we can do a survey. We need to do a survey.
Oh, Jamie, see, you're joking. We're serious. Like Pac is serious. I don't think you. No. You haven't talked to Pac. Like Pac is serious. I talked to Pac yesterday. He had a whole boxing team in the car with him. The coach, the cut man, which I told, we ain't gonna need you, dog. We better not need you. It's only 1 minute around. If we need you, we got a problem. So he has a whole boxing team. He's really serious about this.
I think he's serious. You started as Don King in the promoter, and hang on. Your original supposition was you needed somebody who was a tune-up fight.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry. I needed someone that not just like an appetizer. I need an appetizer. It's not a tune-up. Appetizers are still a part of the meal.
Well, if we are talking about meals, and it seems like we're talking about some beef here, I just want to take just a 1/2 second to talk a little bit about barbecue with you folks, if that's cool with you, because it's barbecue season. Honestly, it's time to crank up the barbecue. It's grilling season, and maybe that means beef between fighters, but maybe that means you need to go talk to the folks over at Porter Road. Get everything you need to grill, and you never even have to leave your phone. Porter Road, an online butcher shop, high quality meat delivered directly to you. They're chefs and butchers. They started Porter Road 10 years ago, and they are on a mission to fix a broken food system. They've been tweaking the process. They've been fine-tuning everything. They're making sure you get a good piece of meat, all while building a sustainable system for farmers and the planet. It sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
And that's what Prime King is trying to do. He's trying to get Pacman Jones a good piece of meat. That's what I'm trying to do. I've tried.
Who's that piece of meat then?
I tried. Excuse me.
Who is the piece of meat going to fight on Barstools as a warm up or no?
He's going to fight. Period. We fight. We don't care what you call it what you want. We fight.
No. I'm asking a question. You said it's going to be a 2-fight deal, right? You're going to warm up first, right? Is that going to be broadcast on Barstool?
Yes. Certainly.
So again, I go back to why would we want Nate, somebody with some draw?
Nate has Jamie, stop.
Why would over women?
Hey, I cannot get my client to sign on to that. That's the problem that you don't see. Like my client is not going to do that.
I know he won't, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a good idea.
I also think that kind of hurts Pacman's pockets a little bit. If they got to pay Nate, then they can't pay. You know what I mean? It's like I would want to be the biggest celebrity in my fight, so I'm getting all the money. But real quick, let me just finish up. Porter Road offering $20 off your first order of $100 or more. Go to porterroad.com/prime, porterroad.com/prime, $20 off. That's PORTERROAD.com/prime.
Porter Road sent me some stuff a couple weeks ago. And when I tell you, Rome, they got down. Mr. Young, my property managers, they cooked it up. Let me tell you something, man. Porter Road ain't no joke, man.
Hot dogs, sausage, brisket, steak, pork chop that thick.
Yep.
And the thing was, here's what I know when I knew they knew what they were doing is because they left the fat on it. That's the marbling. They a lot of people make a big mistake cutting all the fat off of meat. That's where the flavor is. Porter Road is no joke.
They're not a joke, but we are going to figure out this Pacman fight because he's been calling me up too. He's dead serious about it.
He's dead serious.
We're starting the negotiations, but I think that we planted a seed right here on 21st and Prime that's growing into something that's pretty legit. Like this is going to be a fight that people watch, that's going to make headlines. People are going to be excited about this as soon as we figure it out.
Prime King is going to grow substantially, and I'm going to take on more clients.
Love that.
So speaking of that, since we are right here, so if you had to pick two people you'd want to see fight, since we're now in this whole.
You mean they can actually fight?
No, in the same setting you're talking about. Some say a Charles and Shaq. See what that would look like, or somebody over the history time.
I want to see Trump and Biden.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
I want to see Trump and Biden.
If they're offering Holyfield and Tyson, they don't care about how old people are. So why not let Trump and Biden mix it up?
And you cannot pull your shorts up over your chest. You cannot do it. You got to wear your shorts to regular height.
You say we want titties out.
I want you to be able to get hit in the gut, get hit in the ribs or something. You cannot pull them up over. I want to see that, Trump and Biden. You talk all that junk in front of America about it. You don't like each other. Oh, let's see. Let's do it. That's what I want to see.
I want to see Dave. Let's get Dave Portnoy in the ring. I don't know who he
With
has
who? With who?
That's the problem. He doesn't have. He's killed all his enemies so far. So I guess it depends on who wants next as far as being an enemy. But I wouldn't want to be an enemy of that guy.
No, maybe be an enemy of Dave. Because Dave is going to try to finish you off. He's not just going to try to beat you. He's going to try to finish you off where you don't even exist anymore.
Yeah,
Dave's nasty.
It's scary. It's scary.
Nice. He's a nice guy. I feel.
Is Dave single?
Huh?
Dave is single, right?
I think he might have a girlfriend now.
He's single, but he's not alone.
My point.
Single, but not alone.
So, do you realize that 8 of the 10 most wealthy men in the world are divorced now?
I think half the men in the world are divorced. Half the married men in this world are divorced, right? So that's not a heck of a statistic.
8. So I'm just curious as to that's just like it's just like happening every and you use the phrase convenient. What was that about women? Like there was not to get into detail of it, but you said that when men have affairs because the person, it don't matter how good they look, it's because they were there or something like that.
No, let me phrase this right before we start. Okay, we're talking about Bill Clinton at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
I said it wasn't about how Monica looked.
There you go. Yeah.
Monica was convenient. She was there. She was there. That's why that went down, because she was there. She was available.
Well, I've also heard the phrase "a man is only as faithful as his options." I don't know if that's true, but that's the phrase. That's how the phrase goes. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if that's actually true or not, but that's.
Coach, you're not saying you like that. You understand that.
No, I'm saying I like what Rone just said. Like,
yeah.
Before that, I heard that.
Coach is not condoning that.
No, I don't condone any infidelity.
Exactly. He just understood what he was saying.
It's just well put. It's succinct. It's a nice package.
So Rone, how does your story end? Like with the marriage thing, the girlfriend, or you're dating, you're good looking dude, everybody knows you.
Well, I'll be honest, fellas. I'm engaged right now to be married, to be honest with you. Yeah.
When did that happen, Rone?
I haven't been completely forthright. Even actually this weekend is my bachelor party that I'm going away with the fellas.
Oh, thanks for telling us, Rone. Oh my God, Rone is a good guy. Dude.
But you guys want? Okay, so this is the formal invite. If you fellas want to come,
no, we ain't coming. We ain't coming. We just would have loved the invite. I mean, just to know that our guy's getting married, that our guy's in love, that our guy cares about somebody so much that he's getting ready to say, "I do." And have a whole freaknik, but the night before,
we get the breaking news thing up. Okay, so let's get a breaking news banner up first. Let's go put that up. Breaking news. Okay,
Rone,
and then
Rone, you talking about two guys that done it 4 times betwixt us. It didn't work. Okay, but anyway, that's
veterans. You guys are veterans.
Tell me this. I always wondered this. Why do men have a bachelor party?
I mean, to me, it's kind of an excuse to hang out with the fellas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but is that it? I mean, I don't know, because I've never been to one. I've never had one. I've seen it on television and movies with, the strippers come, men, or a bachelorette party, or women, and I see all that happening. I see the homeboys, the fellows, the friends getting drunk, and it's chaos. Does that happen a day before the wedding? Because if it happens a day before, aren't you too drunk for the wedding? So, like, when does all this take place?
Yeah, I think it used to be like you do it the night before, and it's like your last night as a single man type of thing. And I don't know if you get drunk or whatever you do, but now I think it's turned into more of an event. And like, I mean, I'm doing it a month and a half before the wedding, so I
Okay.
sober up. You know, I want to be able to be sober. Not going to just do it the night before, but I mean, I'm going to Puerto Rico with the guys. You know what I mean? I'm taking
That's my spot, Ron.
San Juan.
Yes.
Put me on to some spots.
You should have a 60-foot yacht down there.
I need to rent a boat.
I got you.
Put me on.
Hey, Ron. Now, the things that you're going to do, is it okay for your fiance that she does those things? Like, can she go to Cuba with I said Cuba because when you think Cuba, you think of a Cuban dude and you think Cuba. Cuba. Okay. So can she go to Cuba with her girls and you know, have a bachelorette party?
Yeah, I mean, she's going to, I think, Fort Lauderdale. So not quite Cuba, but you know what I mean? I think she'll be, yeah, something, you know, yeah.
Jamaica.
Yeah, maybe not Jamaica, but no, but
you can go to Chips. You go to Chile.
Yeah.
You go to Argentina.
Yeah.
Don't go to Haiti. Don't go to the Dominican Republic.
No, I think that anything has to be built. A good relationship has to be built on trust. So anything that I'm getting signed off on, I'm happy to sign off on as well.
So, speaking of sign off on, before we get up out of here, speaking of sign up on, so are you planning on? You know, we gave you some advice a month ago, about signing off on some things. So are you going to ignore that counsel, or how you? Yeah.
I can't ignore it. You know.
And
what he's saying is in a nice way. He addressed it.
No, I don't think he has.
Oh no, I think he has. I think he addressed the issue.
Did you address the issue or not?
I think he got counsel.
Did you address the issue or not?
I'm like, well, I'm taking steps towards addressing it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, like I'm on the way to addressing it.
You understand you have to address it though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have to, right?
For work purposes.
That's why I was asking you guys these pointed questions. You saw me asking these questions, and it was to be honest, it was a fact-finding mission for myself. I wanted to see.
You guys haven't answered me. Is bachelor parties different? Like, is there a difference of a white bachelor party and a black bachelor party? Is there a difference? I don't know. Help me.
I don't think there is. I think that the boys are getting loose no matter what. I think
white
or black.
Strippers are coming and there's drinking going on.
So does one of the homies, is he in charge of the girls or somebody that's in charge of alcohol?
I think you guys are trying to get me in trouble.
No, I don't know. Tone, I'm asking these questions for real. Like, I really don't know. I've heard about that.
Coach, let's go back to friends you know. If you knew somebody was going to have to arrange that for you to get married, who would that likely be?
Well,
I said the strip. If you were having a bachelor party, who in your ecosystem would have probably arranged the strippers for you?
It would be Minister Love or Magic. I'd probably call Magic.
I'd be reaching out to Magic.
Right, I'd call Magic. I'm going straight to the heart.
Yeah, but you know,
Jamie would, yeah,
because it's your. You shouldn't have to do that.
Jamie would have taken care of that responsibility.
And then,
yeah. So here's where I'm at with it. I have tasked somebody to like be in charge, but they haven't done a great job of being in charge. So I've had to be in charge a little bit. I had to take back the responsibility and do some of the
responsibility of your own bachelor party, Ron. You got to enjoy it. You can't direct, and you try to be Tyler Perry. You cannot be Tyler Perry for your bachelor party.
He's been to Paris though.
But the show doesn't get made unless you know what I mean.
He's been to Paris, see, because he's been hanging out with Dave, and when Dave and Big Cat, how they do it like they do it. He can't let Rico set that up because he'd have been to a party at Dion's house.
I gotta make sure that everything is how it has to be, or else it might not happen. So that's where I'm at with it. I just need to be in charge, you know?
Is Lenny Balls coming?
Glenny Balls would love to come, but that's why I can't have him. He'd have too much fun. Glenny Balls, he banned himself from strip clubs. He's on a 3-year hiatus. He said, I haven't gone to any strip clubs in the United States in the last 3 years. Now, he does go up to Montreal sometimes to break his own rule, but that tells you a little bit about Glenny Balls. He has to put the self-ban on the strip clubs.
I don't know anybody whose name epitomizes who they are. Glenny Balls. Like that, it's crystal clear.
It's beautiful.
When you say Glenny Balls, you see it poof. You just see it pop up.
You see his balls pop up, like you just get imagine. I bet that guy's got a big set of balls. Is that what you said?
I'm
not exactly that.
I'm gonna give it a minute, James.
Huh?
You don't get a lot of DMs from.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to figure. You said when you say okay,
you just gained a lot of new fans.
Okay, all right, okay. So, Coach, if somebody said his nickname is Dingaling,
no, his name is Glenny Balls.
You thinking right here?
No,
right?
It's in an Italian way. It's like how an Italian guy is like Mickey Boom Bats. You know, it's Glenny Balls. It's that type of
balls. So Glenny's got to have big balls. That's what
I promise you will get at least 1,000 more followers this week.
I'm excited for you, Jamie. I'm excited for your new followers.
Okay. We got to go. We got to go. We got to go.
Yeah, you got to go check the new followers.
Congratulations to Rone on, Rone is getting ready to say I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
What are your colors, Rone? This is the last thing. What are your colors of the wedding?
I'm going to be doing like a navy blue for the fellas. I didn't want to go too crazy.
That's Jackson State. I like that.
Right.
That's why I did it.
Red tie, red shoes, Rone?
Nah, I think it's going to be like a baby blue tie, like a brown shoe, something like that. Jackson State vibes, you know what I mean? That's what I just want to look like the home team.
You like the Sonic Boom. I like that.
That's right. I love the Sonic Boom. Love it. And that's why I got to be in Miami. I'm telling you, this home opener, I need to be down there.
Oh, we're going to be down there. We're going to broadcast all week down there. Live. We out. We'll catch you next time.